Good morning, children.
Good morning, sir.
Dear children, do you like stories?
Yes, sir.
Shall I narrate you an interesting story now?
Yes, sir.
Dear students, the story's name is The Brave Potter, and it is taken from Reading C of Unit 2 from 10th class English textbook. Now, let me narrate it. It was dark. Dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder roared. Heavy winds shook the branches and the leaves of the trees. Pit pat, it was drizzling. Which in no time, it was pouring down. It was raining cats and dogs. In that dreaded night, deep into the forest, a tiger who got completely wet and cold was searching for a shelter. Of course, its cave was of far off distance, so it was looking for a shelter. And soon, the tiger found a hut. The tiger crawled into the hut. Before he nudged off, he heard a heavy noise. It was actually the noise of a woman. Oh, how terrible the leak is! I would rather meet a tiger in the forest instead of facing this leak. The woman cried. Leak? Is that powerful and dangerous animal than me? People call me the king of the forest. But who this leak is? The tiger thought it. Thinking so, he fell asleep. After a couple of minutes, the tiger felt a heavy noise, so was shouting. And the tiger also felt somebody was beating on his head and the back. Who was that? A strange creature? Is that a leak? The creature was beating heavily to the tiger, and he got onto the tiger. You stupid creature! I will punish you. I will kill you. You will just rush towards our home. And the creature paved the way to the tiger to his home. And when he reached the home, he tied the tiger's neck with an iron chain to a tree and went inside his home and fell asleep. But actually, what happened the previous day? The previous day, a potter who worked heavily reached home that afternoon. He asked a glass of palm wine for his wife. His wife brought him a glass of palm wine. He drank it. I want some more, he asked. She brought one more glass. He drank it. Fetch me more, he asked. Drank it. And then he got drowsiness, he fell asleep. After a couple of hours, he woke up. Then it was about to storm. The potter wanted to tie its donkey into the stable. So he came out of the house. Unfortunately, his donkey was found missing. The potter was severely got angered, and he went deep into the forest in search of his donkey. He was scolding his donkey a lot, and finally he went to the hut wherein the tiger was sleeping. The potter, who was drunken completely, thought that the tiger was none other than his donkey. As such, he was beating the tiger heavily and got onto it and reached home. That's the thing actually happened here. The dawn broke out. It was the next day. Some villagers who were passing through the house of the potter were dumbstruck with the tiger tied in front of the house of the potter. They started praising the potter. Oh my God, what a kind of a bravery act shown by you. What a fantastic valor shown by you. They started praising at him. Of course, the potter tried to convince them, saying that he actually caught the donkey and tied it to the tree, but the donkey changed into the tiger. But the people did not believe the words of the potter, and they felt the potter was so modest and down to the earth natured personality. Soon the news was spread across the village. After a couple of years, the war broke out between the country of the potter and the neighboring country. Unfortunately, the neighboring country's army was much larger than the potter's country. The king of the potter's country summoned his ministers. One of the ministers raised and praised the valor of the potter. Also, he suggested the king to make the potter the general of the army. The very next day, the porter was summoned in front of the king. The king made him the general of the army, also provided him a beautiful palace. The porter and his wife shifted to the palace. Furthermore, the porter was provided a tall, dark brown horse. Sadly, the porter did not know how to ride horse and how to hold even a sword. Then, how can he fight against the army of the enemies? Thinking so, the porter decided to practice the riding of the horse the very next morning. Early in the next morning, the porter woke up and got his wife also woken up. Both of them reached the stable where the horse tied up. As the horse was tall, a bench was kept beside the horse. The porter stepped onto the bench and then climbed onto the horse with a bit of difficulty. The porter scared of falling from the horse. As such, he asked his wife to tie his feet with the stirrups of the horse. She did it so. And then the porter also wanted his hands tied up with the neck of the horse so that he could not fall off. While his wife was searching for the rope to tie her husband's hands with the neck of the horse all of a sudden galloped. He jumped from the place and moved throughout the streets of the city. And it also crossed the city gates and running towards the enemy's camp. Extremely threatened by the horse's sudden aggressive turn, the porter tried hard to stop the horse, but he failed bitterly. In the meanwhile, the horse was running through the young tree. By the time the porter held one of the branches of the young tree, shockingly, the entire tree was uprooted and came into his hand. Now the scene is like this. One of the hands of the porter held the reins of the horse while he held the entire young tree on another hand. And this scene was watched by the sentry of the enemy's camp. Feared of looking at the porter, the sentry was shouting, "Run away from here, escape from this place." The giant from the enemy's camp who caught the tiger single-handed and tied in front of his home is rushing towards us to kill us. So we will immediately escape from this place, otherwise he will kill all of us. Obviously, all the soldiers vacated the camp. Except the king, all the soldiers left the spot. The king hurriedly started writing a letter to the king. And the letter goes on like this. "My dear king, I am quite apologetic for trying to invade your country. Hereafter, I would never try to invade your country and I want to be friend with you. Thanks a lot." Writing so, the enemy's king got onto his horse and escaped from the place immediately. In the meantime, the porter reached the enemy's camp, got down from the horse hurriedly and took the letter of the enemy's king. And then he started walking towards the city. He reached home and gave away the letter to his wife. Furthermore, he asked his wife to give away the letter to the king. The wife of the porter rushed to the king and gave the letter to the king. Having read the letter of the enemy's king, the king was extremely delighted and started praising the porter's bravery. The next day, porter and his wife were rewarded by the king. All is well that ends well. That's the story. Now, dear students, you will be asked a few questions from the story. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Now, ready to face my questions. Nagalakshmi, come. The porter bet an animal. What's the name of the animal?
Tiger.
That's good answer. Good. Next question to Jairaj. Who tied the tiger in front of his home to the tree?
The porters.
Good. The right answer is the porter. And obviously, your question is, who made the porter the general of the army?
The kings.
That's fine answer. Good. Did the porter know how to ride a horse?
No.
That's good. Pavani, your question is like this. According to tiger, what is a leek?
Leek is a very powerful animal.
That's fantastic answer. And Nagarosha. Nagarosha, your question is, what's the color of the horse given to the porter?
Dark brown, sir.
Very nice. It's dark brown in color. Good. Go. Vijaya, now it's your turn. What did the enemy's king do at the end?
He wrote a letter of apology.
That's nice. Sit down. Next chance goes to Chittagansai. King honored the porter at the end.
With a reward.
That's good. Dear students, this is all about the story, The Brave Porter. And I'll be coming up with yet another interesting topic in my tomorrow's session. Until then, bye.